Hello, this is Brad from Johnson Small Engines. I just wanted to show you what I'm looking at is a John Deere GT275. It came in with a no start condition. I have it up in the air right now just on a winch so I can work on the valves, but it has a 17 horsepower Kawasaki engine on it. This is a really good motor. All right, unfortunately, this came in with a no start condition and it cranks but it doesn't start. Spins very, very fast. So the first thing I did was take compression. So you take your spark plug out, do a compression test. I had none. So next thing you do is you open up the valve cover. And this is the valves right here where the valves sit on the engine. And what happened was, and you can see if I can point this out here, this is a push rod, this is a rocker arm, and you have valves on one side, one on the other. The rocker arm and push rod, the push rod has fallen off the rocker arm. It doesn't sit properly on here any longer. The reason being, you can see this from the side angle. If you look at these valves, one valve is sticking out and one valve is not. They should be pretty much even when they're in enclosed positions, and since the rocker arm is off, you should be all in the closed, this one should be in a closed position that is down, and 99.9% of the problem is valve seat had fallen out. The valve seat is on the other side of this head assembly, which is where these valves are sitting. That repair is going to be definitely labor intense, and to fix a metal valve seat and aluminum head, it's pretty much the only way to do it correctly is to buy a new head assembly, and I'm not even sure if we can get this for this. I have to check John Deere because John Deere has the rights to the Kawasaki engines, and you can guess and use a different spec number, and they're pretty much pretty much the same if you're close to the specs. But get a price from John Deere, see if we can get a head for it, or worst case scenario, and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, you can actually peen the valve seat back into the head depending on how bad it's worn and why. You got to see why. Usually it's heat that makes them fall out, and that would be normally low oil, which would make them overheat. Mice in the engine can make them overheat. I'm not seeing any browning right up top here, so I'm not really seeing any overheating issue at the moment, so it's kind of strange. But just wanted to show you, this is a typical valve seat that comes out, which is now stuck in the valve. And the seat's on the other side, but this is why this valve is sitting down. And this is why the rocker arm fell off. Or the rocker arm didn't fall off, the rocker arm's here, but the push rod came off because the valve got stuck down, left too much room, and the cam lobe disappeared from this push rod inside the motor, and it dropped off. And that's why you have a no start condition. He got real lucky. I think the customer was idling this down, and he turned it off and went to turn it back on again, and that's when it dropped. So he got lucky. The question is why it happened, so we got to rip into it. Just wanted to let you all know this is a Kawasaki 17 horsepower motor. It's on a John Deere GT275, and this most likely will be a valve seat that had popped out of the motor head. Thanks for watching.